Yes, we do have to point that out back there.
That's fine. That's one of the illustration bars as well.
With the yellow background, see her back there? So you'll take a look at it as you're shopping and walking around. On a personal note, may I say that my husband was in the hospital last week and his brother died last night while I was up here. So I'm a little bit frazzled today. So anyway, just excuse me if I say the wrong name or do something stupid. Another quilter that we have, Nancy Federick, was also nominated by Dolores Townsend. I'm going to read you from Dolores' nomination information. She began quilting tops with no idea how important it would become to her. Nancy's mom worked at the local clothing factory and brought home scraps from time to time. Nancy made doll clothes from the scraps, and at the age of 10, decided to make a quilt from some of the scraps using her treadle machine. How many of you sewing on a treadle machine? Raise your hand. I learned to sew on a treadle machine. Okay. We got one showing up there. Her mother sewed all day earning a living and refused to give her any help, so Nancy taught herself. Wow. She's well known for her long arming ability, and in 2017 won a Best Machine Quilted Award at the 29th Annual Pieces and Strings Show. Again, she self-taught herself by buying an old standard factory long arm machine and began using it without any instructions 20 plus years ago. She has a vast collection of old sewing machines. Some of y'all will want to talk to her about these old machines. One's as old as 1870. She has fixed a number of machines and receives calls from sewers looking for answers to problems they have with their machines. Over the years, she's taught sewing to preteens, teenagers, and adults. I'm going to let her talk about the rest. Let me see if there's anything else I need to say that she won't brag about. She's a member of 3 local groups which have made 104 quilts for the Ronald McDonald House in Jackson and 175 lap quilts for the Veterans Home in Kosciuszko and MQA. And she learns from attending MQA gatherings. Nancy. She likes Dairy Queen. Ain't over there going to Dairy Queen. That's where she brought the quilts. It's at the Ag Museum and met me at Dairy Queen.
This quilt was a panel quilt that I got at Carolyn in DeKalb, and I took the panels apart and designed a quilt for my very own bed. Turn it around and see.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, that's gorgeous. The back is
Yeah. I'm done that.
wow.
All right. I had a friend in one of my quilt guilds that had a mother-in-law that was in a nursing home, and she needed something to do. So I happened to have these 6 blue print blocks that needed to be embroidered. And she thought that every one of those little dots was supposed to be a French knot. Well, actually, it was supposed to have been a quilt stitch. And she would not let me pay her for doing these 6 squares. It kept her busy, and guess what? She was 102 when she did this.
Wow.
And so she gave me the blue box. I go home, and I have this exact blue color of fabric, and I decided to put the 2 together and turn it around, if you will.
Okay.
And I used the design that she embroidered and that was on the fabric and as my quilting design.
Almost looks like a rough hand.
That's beautiful.
I wonder if she had a computer.
My quilt, one of my very favorite quilt heroes is Marilyn Rose. She got me attached to or impassioned by a stack and whack, and this was done from a panel. Every one of these squares came from a panel that had bluebirds on it, but you can't tell that, can you?
No.
And I also used the fabric that was there as the design that was in the black and the white on white.
Turn the back around. I don't know that you can see it from there, but it's pretty.
Just disgusting.
And the one I have hanging back here is a small one. It is my latest conquest. I was determined to take an online class and Ricky Timms offered one this past month called Kaleidoscope. I love stacking wax, so I thought that was, that's the thing. But this Kaleidoscope, I lost count of how many pieces it had in it and how much trouble it was. And I did get it quilted, but I also know there will never be enough.